Hi guys, welcome to the Bone Zone. Hope you're all doing okay. It's been a minute since I made a video. So anyway, it's Legend Anthology time. And yeah, like what a perfect excuse to play my favourite version of Skull Serpents, which is Princess Turbo. So yeah, this is the deck. It's really simple. The whole idea is we're going to go second and we're going to OTK our opponent with a massive 12,000 attack king or something close. And we do that by getting Princess Engrave and then reviving her with all these revive spells, reducing our opponent's attack, giving us the material to make a really big king. And we've also got Burial that does the same thing. You've all seen a couple of the duels that I was playing Dark Sacrifice at the beginning. I just honestly wasn't sure what kind of decks I was going to face if people were going to make me go first. So I put it in there just in case, but that didn't really happen. So yeah, I dumped them and I placed an extra Burial, Flew at the Fleur, which never came up anyway, and an extra White Mare, and this deck felt much more complete. Extra deck doesn't really matter, like none of this stuff came up. Octa Bypass did. I think Karibo always does. A Security Dragon did, Transversa did, Curious didn't, Trisbana did. Like, there's this combo I like to play that relies on Link Karibo, Security Dragon, Trisbana, and Access Code, and I think you can see that at some point. And Fascinator and yugioh didn't come up either. Anyway, enough of that. Let's have a look at some of the duels. So you can see it kind of went okay. I had 3 losses. These 2 really should not have been losses. That was just bad play. I've been out of the game for a while. Made some mistakes. And this loss was... It was to Time Lord, I think. Yeah, and he Dimension Walled me as I swung in for 12,000 attack. So yeah, anyway, let's have a look at some replays. Yeah, this deck is really fun. It kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Reducing your opponent's monster's attack while increasing your king's attack is just to die for. Okay, so our opponent's playing Sidra, and he's going to do Sidra things. Sidra spell, Sidra monster, Sidra monster. I may not do as much talking as usual. Kind of got a cold at the moment. I'm all bunged up, so yeah. Anyway, there's the OG Cyber End Dragon. He's going to Overload Fusion away for... Oh, Power Bond away even, sorry, my bad. Cyber Dark End Dragon, which unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. Okay, we got a good opening hand, so we 1 for 1 away a Prince to summon a Baking. Prince activates, fills up the graveyard. We link Karibo away to Baking, which I think we've already got White Mare and a Reborn in hand, so we're going to add a Prince and a Princess. Pitch the Prince. We're going to Princess, we're going to Princess effect here to get it in graveyard. And we should Reborn the Princess. Here it is. And you see how quick this is, that we've got all 3 White Prince into graveyard, all 3 Vanillas into graveyard, all 3 Lady and Whites into graveyard. Yeah, we're going to Transversa away the 2 monsters on the field, because Transversa is the best protection. She's such good protection. Nightmare effect sends a banished vanilla back to graveyard, and that gives us a 10,000 attack king, which will attack their 10,000 attack cyber dark end dragon. But hell yeah, we're on zombies and we like to die. The king is going to do his thing. We're going to swing for 9,000 attack. Yeah, that's Princess Turbo right there. That's just lovely. Yeah, let's just see what else we've got here. Yeah, if you look here, we open the nuts. As long as you got a Unizombie Princess. Got one Garnet, but 2 Reborns. Yeah, what's he playing? He is playing. Oh yeah, this guy, he ends up getting hammered out. It's a weird end board. There's like no real threat here. Okay, and we draw the king, so Princess activates her effect. Normal Uni sends a baking. Baking effect adds the prince and the white mare because we already sent the princess. It's the prince activates, fills the graveyard, and first reborn on a princess. Sends another prince fills the graveyard. Princess effect again. Then we reborn back the princess. He sends the prince, which fills the graveyard again, and I think that's everyone in the graveyard now. Okay, that gets us out a nice 7,000 attack king. And this is beautiful. Look at this for the end board. So we got a king that is unaffected by spells and traps, and they can also attack directly. Like, what are you going to do? There is nothing is going to stop that. Absolutely nothing will stop that. Okay. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, nice opening hand. Okay, you can see here I got the Dark Sacrifice. So this was the first iteration of the deck I was playing. And it's useless. I'm going second and really don't need it. This Piercing the Darkness is a really interesting card. Yeah, so we're going to normal the Uni. He's yeah, this Uni effect, I actually increased the level of my opponent's monsters because the higher their level, the greater the effect of White Princess's hand trap effect. Yeah, reduce all their attacks. And we're going to do it again. Reborn the princess. Princess sends a prince. Prince fills the graveyard. Prince affecting graveyard will get out king. Yeah, the way all that ended up working out is he just survived by the skin of his teeth. But he still has place here, so the Dark Magicians comes out. Reborns a vanilla Dark Magician. I think that is the first time anyone has ever negated my Dark Sacrifice. Now he wipes my board. Well, okay, King brings himself back. We do have a white mare in hand. Now this was a hell of a top deck. So I revive my second king. Attack the Dark Magicians. He's going to Piercing Darkness to increase its attack. And then I am going to Burial from a different dimension to increase my attack by another 3,000. That is just outstanding. And 10,500 damage. Oh. Yes, that is what you want to see. I'm kind of thinking if I should show one of these losses. I mean, this one's kind of interesting. Like I said, it's I made a mistake, but yeah, it's worth showing this actually. When I was showing you the deck preview, I kind of hinted at this like link climbing combo that I like to play, and I used that here. I think, I still lose, but. So our opponent is going to get out his insects. Giant ballpark on the field and the face down. Again, going second, and I've got a Dark Sacrifice in my hand. And he adds a Kelpic to hand. So I summon a Link Karibo, which activates the Bay King. Add another Prince and a white man to hand. You're going to send the Prince to grave. Prince activates, fills the graveyard. And he's going to bounce my Link Karibo, which is fine. Okay, World Legacy Succession. Luckily I've got a downward facing Link arrow. Gets me a princess, which sends a prince, which fills the grave. It's the second effect. I'm going to summon a king. White mare from hand gets me a lady in white on the field. Okay, and here's where we start this combo. So, Link Karibo the king, and then these two other monsters I'm going to tribute off for a security dragon, which will let me bounce one of his monsters. And I choose the Kelbeck, which this was the mistake. I could have got rid of this thing. It would have gone to the top of his extra deck instead of to the hand, but no, I've put the Kelbeck back in his hand. Anyway, so Security Dragon and Link Karibo link them into a Trisbana. Now this is really interesting. So what I do, Prince effect engrave summons a king which activates Trisbana, but then I chain Link Karibo to tribute the king I just summoned and summon the Link Karibo to a different zone that isn't pointed to by Trisbana. And that leaves me on the field enough materials to get out an access code. And I would have also tributed a Link free material to make him so he gets the biggest bonus. So yeah, it's a really great combo. It clears any board really, except I put the Kelbeck back in his hand and he drew the Keldo. And you'll see what happens here. A Guido to hand, Kelbeck to grave, and then he starts hitting everything. Kelbeck to graveyard even. Yeah, it was just one of them. Rainbow Bridge of Salvation gets sent. I love that card. But yeah, he like full combos here. making more than full combos. It's actually kind of nice to see. Firewall Dragon, like, nice. Yeah, Giant Bullbug does its thing, and we just get owned. Goes to show you, like, one small mistake, that is all it takes. Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is brutal. Okay. So let's play. Oh, I made a mistake in this duel as well, and this is even more embarrassing. I mean, that last one, I can kind of forgive myself, but I made like the mean mistake. Yeah. I can't believe I'm showing you guys this, but like, this is a really nice example of Princess Turbo at work if you ignore the fact that I imperm his dinosaur while under misc. Yes, I did that. But to be fair, this was my second duel, and I have not played Master Duel for a couple of months now, so no, that's no excuse. Okay, anyway. Then we're going to summon a Uni. Uni's going to send a Baking. We've got like 3 reborns in hand. So we had the Princess, we had the Prince. We're going to pitch the Prince. Prince is going to activate. We're going to chain Princess from hand. Okay. We Book of Life, but it gets negated. We've eaten the negate, but we still have 2 revives, which should be enough. In fact, I know it is enough. So Book of Life gets the Princess. Princess sends the Prince. Prince fills the graveyard. Princess effect again to get it to graveyard. We reborn it again. Send another Prince. Prince fills the graveyard. Just for fun, we send a king from hand. And booyah. 8,000 attack. It's just like a flawless. It's like, this is why the deck works, and it does this so often and so easily. Okay, and last one. Here we're playing against the sushi deck. Suships. Okay, and they make us go first. So, summon the Prince, go into Link Karibo. Prince activates, fills the graveyard. We got 1 for 1 away, another Prince. To add summon a Baking. So that's 2 Prince in graveyard. We're going to Transverser, gets the Baking in graveyard, add a Princess, add a King. Yeah, pitch the Princess off the Baking effect. We can Symbol of Heritage back the Princess, sends the last Prince to grave. Prince effect gets out a 7,000 attack King, protected by Transverser. And we've got a Princess on board. Okay. Yep, they Raigeki, and there's another Piercing the Darkness. I mean, they go full combo here, so sushi everywhere. It's a veritable buffet. Okay, I guess I'm doing 5. Yep. stuff is happening. Okay, so we heritage up, get the baking out, tribute off the baking for the Link Karibo from Grave. Baking effect adds a mayor and another king. I think we're going to have to pitch a king here. We do. Okay, yeah, the white mare gets out a lady before we normal the king. That should protect it from these two back row. It does. That was enough. There you go. Princess Turbo. Like, it feels as close to how Skull Sevens should be played as possible. It's like full-blown zombies, you know, like reviving from grave. Like cursing your opponent by reducing their attack. Yeah, I love this version of the deck. So yeah, anyway, that's it, guys. I would like to say I am going to do a live stream at some point soon. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've been planning on doing it for such a long time, and I've finally got a bit of free time to myself. So I might do like a 5 or 6 hour live stream. I'll get some Red Balls in. We'll have some fun. We'll climb the ladder a little bit together, and I'll show off some different versions of Skull Sevens because I've got a good like 8 or 9 different decks that do all play differently, and I mean Bisty all are out now, which is a real pain. It's why I'm not playing TCG right now, because I hate them dragons. Anyway, guys, see you next time.